Welcome to the Forum, the show that motivates, educates, and advocates on the behalf of the community. The Forum is sponsored by Greater Peoria List in conjunction with Stage 729. I am your host, Michelle Sanders with Stage 729, along with my co-host, John Tay. And we have here on the stage with us Miss Bernice Gordon-Young with It Takes a Village. Welcome to the stage, Bernice.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Oh, awesome. So tell us, what have you been doing that's exciting with It Takes a Village?
You know, it was a few days ago when I talked to you, and since those last couple of days, many things have happened.
Awesome.
A lot of things are happening. So we have 5 village stores, and they're free. This is places that people can go and shop for free.
Nice.
We just added a high school, another one.
Awesome.
I'm not going to reel too much just yet because we're working out the logistics.
Okay.
High school, another scholarship, and numerous events that we're collaborating with throughout the summer.
Awesome. Now tell us, how are you doing all this? Because you are a mover and shaker. So
Absolutely.
let them know, how are you doing that?
You know what? I mean, I think it started with God, number one. But I say of all our team members, we have 2 things in common: a belief in God and a heart for serving people.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's up.
And from that, people have just, they bought into it. There's a need for it, and the momentum is just growing in Peoria.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I know we've been following you for a while, and we've seen all the great things that you've done in the community. I know we had spoke before a couple of days ago that this was the vision and the passion that you have for empowering women to empowering young ladies too as well. But you have volunteers that help you, that assist you. How can someone be a part of that? Be a part of it.
You know, anyone can volunteer. We have children, we have adults, we have men, we have women. Just by contacting me. Give me a call at 309-922-1969, and we'll get you going. We do risk management. We have a strategy.
Yes.
We want to make sure that it's a good fit. But just to have a heart to want to serve doesn't take a whole lot.
Real quick, is there another way that customers or potential customers or people who want to take advantage of the program, is there another way that they can contact you besides by phone?
So we have a Facebook page. And that is It Takes a Village of Peoria. We also have a P.O. box that's 6101, Peoria, Illinois, 61601.
Cool.
And then send me SOS. I'll find it. It don't matter. It doesn't matter.
That is okay. That is okay. I know. Also, you mentioned that you're in the area high schools. What age groups are you actually helping? What age group is it for? Everyone?
It's for everyone. This started out just wanting to help kids. Primarily school age kids.
Yeah.
Now we are supplying products in daycare centers and church, in churches. We have things in elderly apartment complexes. We're out here feeding and clothing the homeless.
Nice.
We don't discriminate. It doesn't matter. As long as there's a need, we're going to meet it.
Oh, my God. So you're doing great things. I know you also are in the community doing health fairs and events. So if people need you, you can also come out and have a staff a table. At the events?
Yeah, we have done that. We pride ourselves. One of our tenets is community engagement. So we seek to support other organizations, other events. It's about coming together.
Yes.
And this is not a competition. So
Right.
when people are trying to do things and make a difference in this community, we're all for it.
Oh,
That's what's up.
Yes.
That's what's up.
Yes.
So I was going to ask, with the growth and all of the change that you all have made with this program, do you have something that you want to accomplish before 2017 is over? Some kind of personal growth or a goal for It Takes a Village, or some kind of mark to make that says, now we really have made some strides, and this is how far we've come.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
It makes perfect sense.
Okay.
It's funny you ask that, because every time I set a goal, it's met quicker than I thought, right?
Nice.
And so the latest thing that we've talked about is a mentoring program, and so because I work as a psychotherapist and some of our team members, have those credentials, we thought, okay, we can start and lay the foundation for that, and we want to start with girls. I already have some mentees and that, but so that's one of the things. We want to have an official program with a curriculum. And not just having It Takes a Village program, but collaborate with other organizations. So there's some other organizations out there that's already doing that. So we want to provide more mentors for those to feed into those organizations.
That's great.
Now, see, I know we were talking about this, about images, body images, and working on helping girls to be more self-confident. So you touch all aspects, not just providing things for them.
Right.
You provide other things that will help support or build a foundation, a stable foundation for each person.
Yeah, because it's one thing to provide clothing and food and things of that nature, but what are you putting on the inside? You know, because that's where it really matters. You know, that teaching resilience and self-confidence and self-esteem and self-compassion.
Right.
It's a huge one for me. You know, teaching people not to be so hard on themselves.
Right.
Yes, because
So,
it's like a go-to for a lot of us.
Well,
it's like a knee-jerk reaction sometimes.
It is.
We're going to come right back. We're going to take a quick break. I would like to remind our listeners that you are listening to WPNV 106.3 FM. The show is The Forum in conjunction with Stage 729. We have been visiting with Bernice Gordon-Young with It Takes a Village. Now, after all the things that you've been doing in the community, we also know that you're going to be a speaker at an upcoming event coming up in July, Women Empowering Women. Tell us a little bit about that and why everyone should come out and listen to the women on board. Yeah,
I'm really excited about this event. You know, I do a lot of things in the community, and this is one that I got to tell you, not only am I excited about the direction of Peoria. I think that as women, we do so much anyway, and so we need to really create a positive atmosphere, make sure that we are supporting each other, and not only to have this in one building, but to have such a diverse group of women. Okay. Now, you don't get much more powerful than that.
No. Not at all. Not at all. Well, we're excited, and I know we have a special part to our segment that we're going to add into also, so we have a surprise for everyone. But we are so happy to have you stop in at the stage and talk to us about what you've been doing. And again, how can someone contact you if they want to be a part of It Takes a Village or make donations?
Okay. So to make donations, you can contact me, or, you know, if you just want to ask questions about it, 309-922-1969. That's my phone number. Our P.O. Box is 6101, Peoria, Illinois, 61601. Our office, our headquarters is in the Twin Towers. That's 456 Fulton, Suite 101. You know, if you see me in the street, just stop by and say, hey.
I got a check for you.
Or you can see me at the Women Empowering Women Summit.
Awesome.
Because I'll definitely be there.
Awesome. Well, this has been your host, Michelle Sanders with John Tay, and we'd like to thank Bernice Gordon-Young for stopping by the stage. Thank you, Denise.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you for having me.
We'll be right back.
Hey Peoria, Illinois, it's your girl Vivica Fox. I am so excited to be your special guest speaker at the first annual Women Empowering Women Seminar on July 22nd, held at the Travelodge Conference Center, brought to you by TNA Entertainment. Tickets are available now at eventbrite.com. I'll see you there.
All right, we are back with Stage 729. You heard Miss Bernice Gordon-Young speak about Women Empowering Women, the first annual conference. Well, we have with us now Carl A. Holloway and Alicia Collins with TNA Entertainment. How are you guys?
We are fine, thank you.
Yes, thank you for having us.
Nice, and welcome to the stage. First of all, let's ask, our viewers and listeners want to know, why have a women's conference, and why now?
Okay. Well, I had a vision, and I know it starts with women empowering one another. It all starts within ourselves. So I went to Carl and I spoke of some things that we could do within the community of uplifting one another and overcoming obstacles. So with that being done, I met a young lady, Vivica Fox, and she went over some things with me that she does with motivational speaking, and I told her about the vision that I seen. And me and Carl, we got together and we put some things into action, and we came up with the first annual Women Empowering Women Seminar luncheon, as well as networking.
Awesome, awesome. Okay, so this was the brainstorm of you two together.
Yes.
Okay, and coming to Peoria, you know how things play in Peoria. So are you positive in having people come out?
Oh, definitely. And then we've also invited surrounding cities, Bloomington, Galesburg, Springfield, even as far as Joliet and Alton, Illinois.
Okay.
Cool. That was
Okay.
nice.
Nice.
So, a question for you two. How long have you been in this, how long has your entity been in this business? And also, why choose event planning? And what other avenues have your events been planned around? For example, on Eventbrite.com, your event was tagged under family and education.
Okay. Well, since 2015, in the summer, we started doing day parties and birthday events and helping others host their birthday events as well. Then we went on to do some day parties. We ventured off into comedy shows. Mm-hmm. We did the Kings of Comedy, the Queens of Comedy. Then we did the Kings versus the Queens of Comedy. And we all kept local artists, local comedians, and local poets as well.
Excellent.
In Thanksgiving, we had a Thanksgiving weekend comedy special who featured Joe Torre, who was the
That was a good show. I was there.
a veteran comedian / actor.
Yeah, Joe
And
Torre's
so he
hilarious.
came to Peoria,
Yes.
and we had a great turnout. And then right after that, that's when Alicia came up with the vision
Awesome.
to start, improving our lives and helping one another in Peoria.
Well, that's what we should be
Excellent.
doing.
That is
Yes.
really
So,
so you all just
being-
like catapulted into like
just jumped in.
bigger and better events and everything like that.
We just jumped in. And we both think that starting with the women first, pull them in, and then grab the youth. That's the goal.
I like that strategy. I like
That's
that
the-
strategy.
that's
I
the
like
goal.
that.
That's what's
That's
up.
the goal.
That's what's up. Thank you.
And we need something like that in Peoria right now, I think, because of the way our state is and the way the city has been looked at. Peoria has not been looked at its best. So I think this is a good way to bring an A-lister here and uplift the women in our community. We hope to have added to our broadcast, we hope to have a clip from Vivica A. Fox. So hopefully that will take place also so they can get hear more from Vivica. But first of all, let people know, how can they get tickets to come to this event?
Okay, we have tickets listed on eventbrite.com under the first annual Women Empowering Women Seminar.
Okay, and then if they want to buy tickets from you,
They can
personally?
contact me, Alicia Collins, or my partner, Carl Holloway.
Okay, and how can they do that?
Well, the numbers are, Alicia's number is 309-648-4381. Myself, Carl Holloway, my number is 309-472-3958.
Okay, and we're going to get more information.
Are there any real quick? I'm sorry. Are there any other methods of contact that they can reach you all by? Or the phone is like the strongest one?
The phone, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Everybody checks their phone. If you have a missed call, you're definitely going to call back.
Right.
Yes.
Especially if you know it's business.
That's
and
true. That's true.
That's Eventbrite, spelled event and then BRITE.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, definitely.
All right. And I think Jonte was going to give the viewers and the listeners information that you have on the flyer.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is, once again, the first and annual Women Empowering Women Summit, featuring the seminar, a luncheon, and a networking piece for you all to take advantage of. It's going to be on a Saturday, July 22nd, 2017. So in addition to Vivica Fox being your special guest, you all also have some other speakers as well. Who might they be?
Yes, we have Illinois Representative Jahan Gordon. She'll be there to speak, as well as Bernice Gordon Young. We also have Molly Cruzen Bishop. She'll be there to speak as well.
Oh, awesome. Now, what are some of the topics? I have to ask, what are some of the topics that you guys will be covering at the conference?
Personal growth, financial stability, career and educational enhancements, basically overcoming obstacles as well, dealing with obesity, health awareness, things of that nature. We have 6 other speakers as well.
Okay.
That are going to be there.
Why are those topics important for you to have as part of empowering women? Why those topics?
Well, if you improve self, you can help yourself, your family, and also in the community.
Oh, awesome. Now, we would always like to give everyone a last plug for their events so they can kind of tell people what they're going to get out of their events. So from both of you, in your own words, tell us, what will women get from the event?
Go ahead.
I'm hoping that the women of Peoria and the surrounding areas get a new idea and a whole new look of life, far as jobs, educational tools, just, start with something new and fresh. Mm-hmm. So I hope it just gives them something different to look at, far as just life, going into everything with a new start.
Okay. Carl?
I'm hoping that women take off and go from 0 to 100, but positive.
Yeah.
I want this to be a spiritual inspiration, educational inspiration, and I want the energy that's coming through here with all these speakers, and then the closer being Vivica Fox.
Yeah.
The energy in that room itself. I'm a man, but I'm gonna be energized.
Yeah.
So I'm knowing that
Right.
the women gonna feel that energy and want to do better within themselves.
Cool.
And like I said, better in yourself, better as your family, your spouse, your community, and then the city.
John Tay, did you have anything else you want to add to that?
I think they pretty much hit the nail on the head with that one.
Oh, okay.
Honestly.
Okay, now we get to have the fun part now. Now we have you on here. You guys turn into co-host. So, again, you have been listening to Alicia Collins, Carl Thomas. Hold it. I wish Carl Thomas was here. Hold it.
Right. I wish I had some of that money.
Right. Sorry about that. But Carl A. Holloway with TNA Entertainment. They have Women Empowering Women coming July 22nd. So we're going to have them play what we always do with most of our guests that come on here. We always give them a couple of minutes to talk about a topic of choice that Stage 729 has. Have you guys been following comedian Monique? Have you guys been following her lately? She had an outrage because she thinks she's being blacklisted. And you guys deal with comedians, in the past with your shows that you've been doing. Mm-hmm. But, I mean, how do you feel about the topic of being blacklisted in any type of business where she feels that Tyler Perry and a couple other people.
It was
Lee Daniels and Oprah. She named the top 3.
Oh, really?
She named 3 of them. And it's on YouTube if you guys want to see the outrage. But, what do you feel about that topic of people feeling that they're in the show business and they're being blacklisted? And I know you guys are in entertainment dealing with that sector.
Well, I don't know particularly about that subject, and I haven't been following it, honestly. I can't speak on that topic, but I know me personally, if I was blacklisted, I would try to come up with creative ideas to improve the image that people have negatively painted about me.
Right.
I mean, I would start doing stuff in the community, start working with
image building almost.
Yeah, image building. And then if you're not able to get A-list work, try some B-list work.
Nothing wrong with that.
You know what I'm saying?
There's other people out there.
Some people was toting and grabbing groceries before they got on TV. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
true.
So sometimes you got God may be asking her to humble herself.
That's true.
I don't know.
There's another way, always a different way, instead of taking a negative way towards people.
Yeah.
Alicia, you have any comments you think about that?
Well, like Carl said, I haven't been following it, but it goes back to what Carl said. You got to start with self. Maybe she needs to, get back and find out the root of the problem and, humble herself, find some other work, lay back, lay low, and, start from where she came from,
Sometimes you do have to.
Pray and ask God.
Thank you.
For the solution
Prayer
to the
works.
problem.
Yes, it does.
Prayer works. I don't know if you guys watch Billboard, but I have to throw this out there. Miley Cyrus had her image all over the place, and she came back with the song Malibu. And I personally liked it, and she performed, and you can see the transition that she made from.
Changed her image.
Yeah, she changed her image, and so it does work. Sometimes you gotta lay low and stay out of the camera. So I don't know, but John Tay, you got any comments on what you think?
Well, I did. I dug into the story.
Did you?
And so she she myth busted it, saying that she's not blackballed or she hasn't been blacklisted or anything like that. In her, to her, that's what she feels like. So she said, "There's no need to feel sorry for me or feel bad for me because I don't feel sorry or feel bad for me." So, I mean, if that's how she feels, then hey, it is what it is. She said that. No, it was Lee Daniels who commented. He was on CNN. And he was telling CNN about it, saying that Monique didn't understand it. It's called show business, not just show, because she was being she caught flack because she said in her acceptance speech at the Oscars that year that she thanked the Academy for paying attention to the performance and not the politics. And so I guess she caught a lot of backlash for that.
Oh, wow.
So, and that's really unfortunate because of the prestige of the award, and people still chose to, look at her that way or talk about her that way or, form an opinion or, recreate an image for her that was not going to play out for her. Yeah.
Well,
I don't know much about Hollywood. So,
I know. Look, I'm not in Hollywood, but I believe in prayer.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Your last word and your last impression sticks with people.
Yeah, it does.
They're not concerned about the award. It's what you said when you got it.
Yeah.
Yes.
But,
Yes.
I mean, you know what?
True.
I think she humbled herself in that moment, to be honest. And I guess that it was like a big deal that she didn't thank, this person and that person or these people in that group. So.
Well, I heard the story, and I know they were thinking she should have took a different approach. And I always believe in trying to be a problem solver when it comes to things. No matter, it doesn't have to be just show business. It could be for any business.
Absolutely.
But you always want to make sure that you are humble towards others, because you never know when you might need somebody to help you. And just because someone doesn't pick you, I'm like you. There's nothing wrong with being B-list. I mean, I don't look at myself as an A-lister, but I do look.
I'm an A-list to me.
Well, yeah, and within my own,
Within your own self.
Yeah, within my own self. So, I hope she works it out and everything turns out. But I would like to thank Bernice Gordon-Young, who from It Takes a Village, and Carl A. Holloway and Alicia Collins with T&A Entertainment, and a special thank you to Vivica A. Fox for even coming to Peoria, Illinois, for being with for you guys for being with us today on
Absolutely.
Stage 729.
And remember, everyone listening, everyone watching, the event is from 1 to 5 on Saturday, July 22nd, 2017.
Buy tickets.
The tickets are $40 on eventbrite.com. And it is a women's summit featuring that seminar, that luncheon, and that networking piece. Please take advantage of it. Please get out there, become empowered, be aware.
Support Peoria.
Yeah, absolutely.
How can they contact you guys again?
Well, you can call Alicia Collins at 309-648-4381 or call myself, Carl Holloway, at 309-472-3958. One thing I want to add.
Yes, go
The
ahead.
tickets are on sale in 4 cities. Please, women, do not wait till the last minute. You're going to miss out. This is specifically for Peoria, but we invited the surrounding cities. So Bloomington, Galesburg, Springfield, Joliet, and even Alton, Illinois.
Oh, awesome. Did you
have
get
been
Rockford in
invited.
there?
We're trying. We're working
Awesome.
on Rockford.
All right.
So they've all been invited.
Okay.
So tickets are on sale in 5 cities.
Okay.
Be there.
So that's good
Don't
stuff.
miss this.
Real quick, I forgot to put this in, but it's going to be hosted at the Travel Lodge Hotel Conference Center.
Thank you.
Located
Yes,
at
thank you.
4400 North Brandywine Drive here in Peoria, Illinois. So
Thank you.
there you go. You have your location.
Well, can we make this kind of fun? How about you guys? Can you give away on spot notice 2 tickets for the first 2 people who call? Either one of you guys?
I got 2 tickets. Matter of fact, a
Yes, we
ticket
will.
apiece. Yep. Yes, we will.
Yep.
Okay,
Yes, we will.
so when this airs
there you go.
on radio or TV, whichever one you see first, you got the numbers, and we're not going to repeat them again. You got the numbers, so you need to have taken notes in order to contact them. Also, we you've been listening to the forum in conjunction with Stage 729, the show that motivates, educates, and advocates on the behalf of the community. And Stage 729, we are empowering others, influencing, educating, and impacting our community. Until next time, toodles.
Thank you.